Hello, Jason and Verney here from Koreatown, UK. That's Europe's biggest Korea town, and I want to talk to you about Korean indie music. Yep, that's what I was saying. The reason I started on that, the reason I paused there was because the sun terribly strong today. But the reason I paused was partly because of that, but also to mention Zandari Festa. I actually got this shirt from there. I think it's given out to all press members and other people. I went there as press anyway, and also these trainers, these trainers which are Kangol. I went there in 2015, 2016, and was introduced to many Korean indie bands. I've been to Korea 7 times so far. I try to go every year, and let's bring this around here a bit. And it introduced me to a lot of music, not just Korean bands, quite a few bands from other countries as well. And bless these people doing their work while the coronavirus is on. There's so many people doing work. Just interesting to note the. This is not going to be a very good colour here. This glove on the ground. Don't know what happened there. I'm presuming that's to do with dog stuff as opposed to corona stuff. But yeah, so when I went there, which was in 2015, 2016, I already was aware of some bands playing there. Gunam, Galaxy Express. I can't remember exactly which year, who played which year, but we have Love Exterior, that's the Korean electro indie band, which I'm a big fan of and friends of. It's one of those festivals set in a city centre, various parts of Hongdae, which is, I mean, some people compare it to, sorry about that wobbliness. Some people compare it to Camden. It's not like Camden, but it could be the nearest thing to Camden, in London anyway. And yeah, so Hongdae is where it takes place, and I want to go back there again. It really introduces you to loads of great Korean indie music, which is, you know, the great opposer or opposite, not that they all oppose it, but the opposite of K-pop, of course. But I want to talk in another video regarding certain bands and certain artists, and I just wanted to give a sort of an introduction to Zandari Festa. It's a shame actually, because the guy who was major player in starting it, sorry, I'm just wobbling around, I can't even see what I'm doing here. He passed away, so I mean, the festival's still going, but it was shocking news. It was sad news when it happened, and other things that have happened is I've had great conversations with bands when I've been over there, Korean and international bands. There's often ones from Liverpool. It's kind of to do with, it's kind of almost, it's not twinned with, but you could say it's heavily connected with Liverpool festival. A particular one, I forgot the name right now. But anyway, but yeah, but when I do speak to the band members of the Korean bands, they, you know, of course they've got a big, they reflect on their pain with SEOUL when I speak about it, the ferry disaster, the ferry tragedy. But yeah, I just wanted to kick things off with a little video about Korean indie music and Zandari Festa and more. We've had quite a few bands coming to London in the UK. They often do tours. In fact, I've actually assisted in, not trying to big myself up here, but I did actually assist in a couple of things. One with getting one artist to play over in London, actually finding a place to play, is Neon Bunny, if you look her up. And Love Exterior, there's more about them sort of using my sort of accommodation, my area where I live in London, where I lived before I moved to Koreatown. Ironically, I wasn't in the country at the time. Was I in Korea or was I in Thailand? I think I was in Thailand at the time. That's it, I'm going to leave it there. This recording I think is coming out okay, but you know, the weather is beaming, the sun is beaming down. I'm going to walk down a bit just to give you a bit of, I'm in the back streets of Koreatown, and this is not going to come out very well. My hair's growing really long. I'm sure I'm not the only one in this pandemic, but let's have a look. Oh, this is, yeah. So I'm just gonna cross the road. What I was going to say was, I forgot what I was going to say now. But yeah, I wanted to talk about Korean indie bands. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm in Koreatown, UK, which is New Malden, biggest population of Koreans in Europe. I'm actually in the back streets though, so I'm not in the main town area, and I really shouldn't be. I'm trying to keep away from everybody and anybody. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'll talk more about indie music. If you like this, please give it a like. If you can comment if you want to know more about indie music, or if you've got stuff to share, Korean indie music especially, or any music. It doesn't have to be Korean indie. And yeah, and please subscribe if you like this stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to publish more stuff. If you check my videos out, there's other stuff to do with Korean indie music. I think the most recent thing I posted was just some clips of Kingston Rudiska, which are kind of a Rudiska. So it's a ska band, Korean style. Do covers mainly, I think, but I've got some clips of them playing live in London. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, and keep well, and everybody keep safe. Stay safe. All the best. See ya.